we remember, right? Like we have understand, SQL statements. We understood different types of constraints. We understood different types of SQL functions, right? So
Yeah.
today, basically, we are going to understand what are the different types of Oracle joins. Fine.
Okay.
So I have already opened your. Let me write over here. So this is something called as Oracle joins. So what is Oracle joins is? So if we join two or more tables with conditions is called joins. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So suppose like if you wanted to join two or more tables, okay, with some kind of a condition, then that sort of conditions or that sort of whole query will be called as a join. So the whole query is called as join. So basically the intention behind of joins is, suppose I wanted to fetch some columns from one table, and then wanted to fetch some columns from other table, and if I wanted to fetch together both the table one, suppose I have a table 1 T1 some columns, and table 2 some columns from table 2, and suppose I have a table 3 also some columns. So I cannot just simply fetch the data from one table, two table, and table 3, right? So I have to make some kind of a combination between table 1, table 2, table 3. Under certain conditions, we have to join these three tables to fetch all the three columns together from table 1, 2, and 3. Right? That sort of query will be called as a join. Now there are few conditions. Okay, conditions to get the correct data. Condition to get the correct data if you make the join. Suppose you wanted to do the join, and if you expect that you should get the correct data from the database, then there are certain conditions. Okay, so what are those conditions? So the condition is there is a called n-1. Okay, so what is n? Where n is number of tables. Okay. Hasula, could you please just mute from your end? Yeah, some noise is coming. Yeah, now it's fine. Okay. And n is the number of tables. So if you make, I have given an example. Suppose there are 3 tables. Okay, and I wanted to join all the 3 tables. I must have minimum -1 equal to 2 conditions, to join condition to get the correct data from the database. Okay, you have any here? Hasina?
No, no.
Okay. Okay. So I'll just give an example. Suppose I have a EMP table, I have a DEPT table, right? So if I wanted to join these two conditions, these two tables, so according to the basic rules of, general rule, I must have one condition, right? Like that is 2 minus n minus 1, n minus 1 equal to 2 minus 1 equal to, right? So if I wanted to get the correct data from the database, I must have a minimum one join to get the correct data from the data. So suppose I wanted to join, how do I write? Suppose I want some columns from EMP table. So I'll say E dot ENO, comma E name, comma E dot job. Okay. I'll say the three columns from the EMP table, and I want some two columns from the DBL. So E and D is just the alias here. We are just denoting with E and D the data, the table name. So D dot, if I say DEPTNO dot, I say D name. Okay. So I'll say this is from from EMP, as denoting the EMP with a E. Here E is called as a alias, which is just for temporarily base. It will be denoting the denoting the table, the EMP. Similarly, DEPT is I'm denoting with the alias called as a D. Right now, so these two table I am fetching the some of the columns from EMP table, some of the column from the deep data. Now, according to rule, if I wanted to get the correct data from the database, what I have to do is I have to write minimum one condition, right, according to our rules. Right? So what would it? So I'll have to give where E dot D P equal to D dot DPT number. Right. So if as I have had a one minimum condition, you can have maximum condition, but to get the correct data from the base, you must have to follow the n minus one join condition. If I write this kind of a query, I will get the correct data from the database. Right here, increase the number of conditions, but you cannot decrease less than one join condition if you wanted to join two different tables. Right. So if you don't want to give this condition, then you will get a not the correct. It is a Cartesian product. There is a join called as a Cartesian product. That kind of information, if you will, that will be not the correct records. That will be you will get a duplicate records from the database. So this is how you have to keep it in mind before making any joins between the different tables. Any question so far, Hasina, on this?
No, I can.
Okay. So there are uh, two types of joins. First is called as a join, standard joins. Second is called as a ANSI join. ANSI joins. Now, what is standard and what is standard join? Sorry, ANSI join. So basically, this ANSI join is now also called as a ops. Is an ANSI 1990s joins. Okay, it's become obsolete of now. So, but still some of the company are still using the ANSI join, and Oracle is still supporting the ANSI join. But as the standard join is will be broadly used in all the companies, and whatever we are learning, whether it has been from the 8i, 9i, 10G, 11G, and 12C. This standard joins will be sub from the Oracle, and they have added lot of different different flavor into the joins. So basically, so there are different types of join, and those joins can be written with a, so only the syntax is different with the key join and with the standard join. So we'll try to understand what is the standard join, and later I will also tell you what is the ANSI join. So only the syntax is different, but with the help of any sort of join, we can able to complete those different types of joins. Like if I'll say the standard joins, types of, yeah, different types. If I'll say types of joins, I'll say types of standard joins we have, like have called as a equal. We have called non-equi joins, non-equi joins. We have called as a if join. We have something called as a outer join. Outer, okay. These are the four different types of joins as a part of the standard joins. Standard joins. Now, for join, so there are four different types of joins, and we can able to achieve equi join, non-equi join, self join, and outer join with the help of ANSI join also. And here, what it is called as the different joins named is they have given like you know yeah, inner join. Join is very similar to equi joins. Okay, so second is called as a yeah, left outer joins. Third as a right outer joins, and D is called outer join. Full outer joins. Okay, so different types of joins are available inside the ANSI join. So any sort of joins we can write with the help of. So only here there is a little different in the syntax that will able to help you out. I will tell you how the syntax are different. But the result set what we are going to get with the equi join, same results we will also get through the inner join. The way we are going to write non-equi join, the same way we can make use of the inner join and the left outer join, we will get the non-equi joins. Okay, so only the syntax will be little different here. So understand now in detail what are the different types of joins, like what are the equi joins, what are the non-equi joins. So I'll tell you, like let's talk about the non-equi joins, equi joins now. Yeah. So what is it? So basically it's a join. It's a join which combines common columns from two or more tables, right? Hope you understand what is the meaning of equi join. Suppose if I wanted to join two tables, like EMP table or a DAP table, then I need to find out the common column. So the equi word itself tells it should be equal weight, both the equality operator, and it uses the equality operator, and it's using the operator, equality operator, right? So hope now what is the equality operator. Just for the example, if you remember, I had given an example like this. You can see here some of the columns I wanted to fetch from the employee table, some of the examples I wanted to fetch from the DEP table, and this EP table and DEP table both are having the common column called as a DEP number. So an example of the equality equijoins. Okay, confusion here so far, Sheila?
No, I will leave things parallelly so that it will be a response for your
Okay.
window.
No worry. Thank you so much, Sheila. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll try to run this query and try to understand how it is behaving. Okay. So we will be also have understanding over here. So suppose I'm this. Uh, okay. So you can see here at a time I can able to fetch the data from both the table. It is giving me all the 10 records. There is no duplicate records, right? I have more than one column. If I say here I can add addition column, but minimum should be the one column. So if I say job equal to I'll say manager, then I'll get the only the records, right? Only one manager is coming. So I add multiple condition, but minimum one condition is needed. Suppose in case if I am not using the condition, any condition, I'm just joining these two tables without any condition, then what will happen is it will give you the Cartesian product. You can see the 50 rows is getting selected. So how it is happening is as many number of records are there in the EMP table and as many number of columns are there in the DEP table, sorts into all the columns. So suppose in EMP table 10 records are 10 records are there, or suppose some 10 records are there in the EMP table, and in DEP table there are 3 different columns are there, then it will give you total of 30 records, right? So 10 into 3, so 30 records in the Cartesian product will be given. So this kind of joins will be called as a Cartesian product, and you can see that there will be a lot of so each record multiplied by in each number of columns. So that will not give you the result. Okay, as per the business requirement, if you need to just to understand to join tables without any giving the proper condition, that sort of joins will be called as the Cartesian product. But to find out the correct information from the database, and it should be all the unique records, then we have to go for the join with the help of the equality operators. Okay, so this is how it is. Now if I wanted to see the same equijoins with the help of ANSI join, how do I write? I will write it the same way. Instead of the equality operator, I will be using inner join. Yes. How do I like it? I will going to write like this. Instead of giving the comma, I'll say jobs inner. No. I'm done on the wrong place. Yes. I'll here it like this. Inner join with select dot employee number e dot e name e dot join. So all the column which you wanted to bring from the both the table from EME inner join with DEPTD, we have to give the condition like say on e dot DEPT equal to E, yeah, D dot D. Can you see that? Same number of columns coming. So this is sort of joins will be called as the inner join. We can achieve it with the help of the inner join. So this is the example of the ANSI, and this is the example of the standard joins. So I will um, just copy and paste over there. Okay. Let me save it somewhere for your future reference. Okay. Now this is what called as this is what called as a inner join or equi join. Now, so for equi you must have the common column in your each of the table which you are joining. So that a common column must have the primary key and the foreign key relationship should exist in the table, so that the uniqueness of the record will be only the unique record you will be getting. If there is a no primary key or foreign key relationship will be there for a common column, you may not get the going to get the maybe a chances to get the duplicate record. So always for the equi join you have to use the equality operator. So whatever the column you are going to keep it on your the left hand side of the equality operator, same column you have to keep it on the right hand side of the equality operator, or the similar column or the similar data on your right hand side of the equality operator. That is the properties of equi join or the inner query. So now learn what is the non-equi join. So non is also a join which basically going to retrieve the data from the two or more records, even there is a no common columns available in the table, right? So if there is no common columns, if there is no common columns, it retrieves the data from more than two or more tables without with equality operator. Right? So this is how we have to understand. Yeah. So so there is some spelling mistake. Yeah. So in non-equal, no equality operator available, and the common column will also not available in the two or more different tables. But still, we have to retrieve. Suppose there is no common column in each of the table, then how do we retrieve the data from the both the tables? So then that sort of query we have to make it through the non-equi join, and we have to always keep it in our mind that the condition n minus 1 must meet. Okay, I'll give you an example for this as a non-equi join. Suppose I have one table. I'll give you an example here. Suppose I have a table called as a EMP. I'll say select start from EMP where sal is null. Okay, I'm just giving so that I get the all the employees where who have minimum salaries, okay, who don't have. So these are the around records where salary is not null and have some salaries, right? So there is one more table called as a sal grade. Okay, select start from sal grade. Okay, let's see the other table called as a sal grade. I can that sal grades. Let me write it down here. I think so. Yeah, okay, it's not there. Okay, okay. How do I check? I'll check like this. Select star from all underscore tables where okay. You see that? Yeah, this. Okay. So score is that. So I'll just use that here. Hmm. Okay, there is a note. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just check it out. What is that and all? So we can see here minimum salary is like 1450, 17, 2000, 4000, 5000, 8000, 1600. So what I'll do is I'll because there's no record here, so I'll just insert some of the data into it. Insert into the grade, and I say like this, okay, and values, because data I'm not able to show you. So 1 comma, so 1 is not of the salary grade, so I'm just saying from 1000 comma 2000. Okay, okay, so actually is 4 and actual maximum is 1. Okay, that let me understand again. Okay, low sal, high. Oh, okay, okay. So, yeah, actually, I was trying to move in such a way. So it's okay. So low sal 1000, high sal is this one. So I have to give one here, right? Comma 1. So what I'm giving the grade 1 for salary 1. One to insert it. Now I'm going to put it as a 1000, 2000, 2001, and this I'm just making it the 3000 and grade as a 2. Okay, insert it. Now I'll just make as a 3001, and this would be the 4000, and this would be a grade 3, and I'll insert now grade 4, and this would be a 4, and this would be a 5. Okay, I'm just making it as a 5, and I'm just making it as a 5 1, and I'm making it as a 15,000, something like that. Okay, grade will be there. Done. Now I'll just submit the data. Yeah, it's submitted. Can you see this? What is the value coming here? Yeah, so to 2000 grade 1, 1001 to 3000 grade 2, 3, 4. So basically, here is table we are having the grade and what is the low salary for this grade, what is the high salary for this grade. Now, if I wanted to join two different bills, like if my manager says I want to see a report where I wanted to understand what is the employee grade, which grade all the employee falls, right? So case I well aware to know that the grade table is just having the low sal and high sal, and the employee is having the salary. So how I so if I wanted to do both the table, if I wanted to just to know the grade of each employee, how do I write the query? So I'll write like select select E dot empno, comma E dot E name, comma E dot sal. I'm just giving it for your reference, comma E dot job also I'm giving. Okay. Now comma I'll say S dot um, grade, GR grade. Do you understand the grade of each employee? Right. So I'll say from very slow it seems. So you can from your end, Sheila, so that it is easy for you. And we can like um, yeah, we can say like so EMP E comma sal grade. So I have to just take it down from here. Sal grade S. Now I have, if I wanted to, so there are two tables. So how many minimum join conditions would be there? 2 minus 1, 1. I'll say where E dot sal between S dot low sal and S dot high sal. Wait, this is what basically do. And see, and I'll add one more thing here. Yeah, the sal is not equal to null. Also, I can add it if I wanted to some more filter condition. So I can see here, like you can see here 7050 is falling under the grade 1. This guy is also fall under grade 1, 1600 grade 1, 1540 grade 1. But if I see 1500 grade 3, 3500 grade 3, 5000 in grade 4, 4, 5, and 5. Right. So I am able to, though there are no common column between the employee table and the salary table, but still without common column I have joined these two tables, and I can able to categorize the employee into the grade based on their salary. So this is one of the example of the non-equal join. Any confusion here? So how to make with the help of ANSI join? So it's the same inner join. We will again the same way we will complete like this. We'll say inner join, inner join, instead of where we'll say what we can say is on E dot between let's see down. Yeah, can you see that? The way of we can join the non-equal join in case of ANSI join, right? So just keep it down over here also. This is the non-equal join, and I'll put it over here. Okay. So we'll have left outer join and right outer join and full outer join also. So equal join and non-equal join clear to you, right? Now there is some as outer join I'll speak first, and then we'll go for the self join. So what is outer join? Yeah, example if I'll tell you would be more you will understand the outer join in a more detailed way. Like if you see here you can see here yeah. Let me go up. Yeah. So you can see here we have a select start from EMP. How many are coming? Oh, beautiful. 10 records are. Can you see that one called as a king? Okay, king not there. Okay, and all people is having the manager. So there is a one employee whose name is King, which is missing here, is basically is a missing here. So basically, his job was a president. So what I do is I'll try to insert the record into the CMP table. Insert into the president company doesn't report to anybody. Okay, if I'm not sure if the constraint will be created on the CMP table, then we cannot able to we cannot able to table. Let's see here, values. I'm creating it is 7, I'll 8, 1. Okay, any employee number I'm just giving, and name King. He is the president. Okay, his job is a president. His manager is null. So let me write null. And then his hire date is, suppose I'll give as a 13th March 2000. Okay, 1980. Okay. His salary is like 15,000. Okay, and he's not getting any commission, so I'll say 0 commission. 0 commission is getting, and he's working department number 10. Okay, let's see if I'm able to create. Oh, right, the row is inserted. So what I'll do is I'll just submit. Now, if I execute this command, I can get this without the manager skills, right? And let's query one more record, like select star from the I can see 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll in employee tables. So we have 30, 40, 50, 60. Okay, we don't have department, right? We don't have departments here, so that's a problem. So employee cannot work in a 10 department, right? Because there is no primary key and foreign key created in between the employee and the department table. That is why it is allowed to enter or making a join of table EMP King record in department number 30, right? So there's a wrong data actually. So we have to update EMP table with the correct data. Update EMP set DEPNO equal to 50, where how do we update? Where info EMPNO equal to 7812 7812. Let's see. I'm updating. Yes, it's updated. Let me submit. Now if I'll run this table, I can see like he's also working at department number 50. That's also working. So you just see how many employees, like is the only employees are working in department number 50 and right? And but if I see in the department table, like, I can see yeah, we have 30, 40, 50 and 70. So the employees are not working in department number 30. Employees are not working in 40. Employees are not working in 60, and so the department employees are not working. Now, if I'll query this table, so how many employees are there in this column tables? Let's see. So we'll 11 records, right? Now, I join these two tables with the help of SQL Joins. I'll see how many columns are coming. Okay. Okay. So we are getting records, right? now my manager will say, okay, boss, so these are the only the employees who are working in department number 30 and 50. But I understand those department where employee doesn't exist, right? I used to fetch those records also. Then just you bring the so only these departments where the employee works. But what about those department where the employee doesn't work? I wanted those details also, right? That question. So how to, because the equality operator will only going to work if the data exists in the employee department. And, because this equal the employee table should have the department number and the department table should have the department number. If it is a matches, then is matching, then only it is going to give me those records. But what about the record which does not match, right? Then I can able to fetch that record. Oracle has given us the provision to fetch those record which does not matching the data in the any one of the table. Then we will be achieved through the join called as a outer join. Now I need to put to the employee side plus. And now I'll query. Can you see that the now 14 records are coming? Yeah. So here the 40 department, no employee is working. Okay. 30, 40, 50, 60 department, no employee is working. 70 department, no employee is working. This is what I wanted to understand. Like I want to get the all details from both table, and we have to say that which employee table doesn't have or the department table doesn't have the data. You just show me. So this kind of query is called as a outer query, outer joins. And then you might have the question, Kancham, okay, where do we put the plus sign, right? Addition of understanding, okay, where to put the plus sign. So the most important thing which we should always remember is we have to put plus sign in a side where the deficiency of data occurs. So see, the employee table doesn't have the data. The employee is not working in the department. The DPD table is already having the department number. Only employee side employee data is not there. So we have to put the plus sign the side where the deficiency occurs. That's why I have put into the side of employee table. Hope you understand. Okay. Now, how do I write the same query with the ANSI query? So we'll take this query like this, and yeah, we'll come over here. Okay, let me keep it right here. Yeah. So use of the left outer join there. Yeah. How do I write? I'll say time way uh, inner join DPT, and we'll remove this on, and because this is the operator equal operator will plus and will not the number left joins. No, okay, left joins. Let's see. Okay. No, left join will come over here. Is my mistake actually. Not in it should be a left join where the department is equal to d dot department number, right? Yes. Okay. Still one is coming. Left outer join, no? Of 11 is coming. Okay. Causes less condition. Okay. From EMPE left outer join DEPT D on what is the syntax? Okay. Left outer join, okay, right outer join the DEPT on this. What is that condition? Just forgetting condition here. The syntax. Okay. Outer join department D on on equi will not again come. If I just say 11, then only 11 will come. Okay. What is that? Okay. Okay. So instead of having the left outer join, here it will be a right outer joins. Okay. So did you got my point? So here we are instead of but we are in terms of the standard join, we are putting the plus sign on the deficiency side, but in the ANSI side we are giving the not the left outer join, instead of it should be the right outer join, right? So this
The opposite table you have to
yeah
give.
yeah. So yeah, actually I'm not using very extensively these kinds of joins, so that is the reason it is coming. Yeah, so this is how it works. Okay. So yeah, so suppose that is, so it is very clear, like if the deficiency occur in the EMP side, then we have to write the right up outer join the DPT. Then we will get the uh, data of the employee side. And if the deficiency occurs in the DPT side, then we have to say left outer join, right? Are you getting a point, Hasila? Like if wherever the this occurs, deficiency occurs, the left and right will be the opposite side. Okay. The deficiency occur both the side, like employee side as well as the DPT side. Then we have to say full outer join. Okay.
Yeah.
So the data from which are the data which are missing from the DPT side and the employee side, both it will combine and it will give you the data. That is where the left outer join, right outer join, and the full outer joins works. So this is the example. I'll just put it here as a left outer join. Left outer join, and the same query will give a full outer joins. Okay, in full outer joins. Here we'll write a full outer joins. Full outer joins, right? So that if both side deficiency occurs, then outer join will bring both the records from each one of the table, and it will give you the print, right? Now let's have the this joins. Valid one. Understood the non-equi joins, but we have not the this one. Non-equi is this one. Let me put it over there. Yeah, non-equi joins example is this. Out join example is, where is the out joins examples? This one is the outer joins examples. Hope you understand the joins now, and will understand the self join, right? So what is the self join? So join is a join. It's a join which joins to itself. Joins to itself. The table which will join itself and give the data. That sort of is called as a self join. Let's have an example. We can understand better. Suppose you can see here in the table, employee table, employee table, select staff from EMP. I can see here the employee 17369, his name is that, and his job is color, reports to manager 7902. This 7902 name is Ford, and he's a list, and his manager is 7566. So if I'll go for 7566, 566 is 7 is not actually 7566 could be the king basically, and the king. So this I have to actually update. Let me update the table, else it will not going to complete it. EMP set EMP NO equal to what is that 7 okay. Ford manager 75667 7566, where EMP NO equal to 7 to 1 2. So 7 8 1 2. Let's see that. So now it is right. Now 7812. So but his manager is no one. So now if my manager says that I wanted to understand which employee belongs to which manager, so I just want to report where employee, you give me the details like name and the manager names. Okay, then how do I the query? I'll write like keeping in the mind that managers are also the employee of the organization, right? So we'll say select E dot E name is a employee. I'll say like E1. Okay, so that will not get confused. Comma. I'll say E2 dot E name manager. Okay. From EMP E1, comma EMP E2. See, what I do here is, I know employee table is only one table, but I'm making it as a two tables. So if it is a two tables, again my generalized rule will be to get the correct record. So I'm treating same one table as a two table. I have to use the one like same common conditions like 2 minus 1, one condition I have to give. So I'll say where E1 is E1 manager is nothing but the two employee number, right? So let's see James, and at me see James manager is black, and black manager is okay, it's not there. Black manager is not Turner black. Okay, Adams manager is Scott, and again manager is King. So we'll try to look at here. Adams manager is Scott. Scott manager is a King. So we'll see here. Adams manager is Scott. Adams Scott, and Scott manager is King. See Adams manager 7788. So 7788 7788 is a Scott, and the manager is 75 versus 75 versus a king. So our data is coming correctly now, right? So this is correct. So James belongs to black, and black maybe manager should be king, because the data is not correct. That is why it is not coming properly. Black manager should be Adams, and Adams manager should be Scott, and Scott's manager should be king. All right. So this is how we can join the self join. So when you treat one table with a itself make a join itself to same table, that of join will be called as the join, right? And we are well aware, as we have already gone through the constraint. So we've also created a referential constraint between the manager and the employee, right? And we are creating, because the manager is will be also an employee of the organization, right? So this is the self join. Now, you understand these things. Did this whole joins, Hasila? Yeah. Yeah. I have a question for you. Then you can look at here one example. Only 9 record is coming, right? We have in employee table how many records? See, we have 11 records. Right? 9 records are coming, because this record should also come. Huh? That king belongs to kings is not having manager, so that is why this condition is getting fail, and the king's employee say side data is missing, right? So how do I bring this record also, 10th record? How do I get the 10th record? You have any idea? Can you help me out? So this question will ask in the interviews. Okay. So in the join itself, we put the outer joins, like see which side the data is missing. So the data at the manager side or the employee side. So data at the manager side, right? There's no manager for the employee, so we'll put here plus sign. Other side we'll put the plus. This, then we'll get all the records. See, king having any manager, even black is not having any manager. And we got the correct data. So this is how basically the this is a combination of self join and the outer join. These are the very 1 of 10 joins basically. Yeah. So this is all joins. In other class, we'll understand more detail about the stuffs of the joins. If you have any query, you can ask.